Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Welcome to Woodward Wings. I am
Womp
Justice
womp.
Tatawa. The first. We weren't gonna win them all
Yeah.
right. But I think where we got to start is this is the first time that the bounces didn't go our way, that the physicality didn't go our way. Just it was a down performance. This team came out. They were definitely flat. They definitely felt the road legs. They got outplayed, and it wasn't characteristic to the last 5 games that we have been able to pick up this winning streak in.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, there were so many pucks in front of the net they just couldn't get home. There were so many different opportunities that they had really early in the game with a Marco Casper breakaway that he couldn't bury. Another one with Dylan Larkin where he had a one-on-none breakaway. He couldn't bury that. The Red Wings didn't have the puck luck. They didn't have the referee luck. They got, they ended up getting a last-minute power play there, but before that it was like 5-1 when you look at power play opportunities. And you're not going to win a lot of games, especially on the road, if you're staying in the box and you're not burying the opportunities that you have.
No, you're not, and it's really a harsh reality because I mean, like Casper's cold as ice, DeBrinket's cold as ice.
Yeah, that
It's
line.
and Patrick Kane was their best player when he was in the lineup, and now you're seeing them suffer a little bit because of that fact. They are not able to produce, and MBN is still trying to find his legs there as well. That line is honestly because I got to give credit where credit's due. Bergeron played a good game today. As much as I gripe on him, he made some plays. It was a classic good Bergeron game where he made some plays, but he didn't do anything that effectively altered the outcome of the game. He just did good things for no reason, and I think that's where I'm going to sit with him. I just I don't. I know you're ready to talk about the ending too. The players on the ice at the end was a very interesting choice, that's to say the least.
I mean, I don't understand Bergeron getting the opportunity on that first power play unit at the end of the game instead of MBN. Um, it's gonna happen. Like Adam Kerr in the Woodward Sports Chat says, losses will happen. We can get a chance to play a good game, and yeah, like I said, man, this was just an ugly game. You didn't get the bounces, you didn't get the puck luck, you didn't get the calls from the referees, and on the road with all those things stacked up against you, it's going to be hard to win. John Gibson did what he could to keep you in the game for the first 2 periods, but then it kind of opened up in the third period. He let in one that maybe he should have stopped. You got the power play goal where they had a big dude screening in front of him, and yeah, I mean, it was just a bad game, bad overall game. I look at the forwards in this one. You couldn't keep the puck in your zone for more than 2 shot opportunities at best. Like you were one and done a lot. It was a lot more dump and chase, and they weren't as aggressive getting to the boards and winning puck battles than we've seen them in the past couple games. So it sucks, but it's gonna happen. There are games like this, and you just gotta shake it off and go on to the next one.
Yeah, you do, and they got an Islanders team that is another very winnable game, and they should be looking to win that as well. I'm getting really frustrated. Every single thumbnail I try to put on is over 2 megabytes. I don't
Here,
know what
send
is
it
going
send it to
on.
me in Slack. I got it.
All right, I will do that, but it's truly frustrating because I just think that I don't know. Hopefully, this is another turning point for this team because they seem to respond very well, which I think this will be another test for them of how well that they respond and like getting their asses kicked because they did they got their
Yeah,
asses kicked
for
tonight
sure.
up and down and it didn't look great. I don't want to like be like that, but it didn't. And now you got to bounce back because the Islanders are also a team that you can physically be like demand. You can press on them. Like they are not this team that is gonna just bully you around. Like I was surprised with the way that Buffalo was able to hang in there physically, especially with the way that the Wings have been playing the last couple of games. But they got to come in. They got to impose their will on the Islanders, and they got to find a way to create those turnovers because the forecheck was pedestrian today.
Yeah.
Absolutely pedestrian. We weren't winning pucks. And then, like you said, it evolved into not being able to keep the pucks in the zone. Multiple times, loose pucks. They were the first guys to them, and then they get it out. I mean, that's just simple hockey. We just weren't winning the puck races. And like Lucas Raymond, he's still not there. Like, honestly, it's getting to a point where and he's so crucial out there. He really is. But how long is this gonna like be prolonged where if he does go out for a week or two, is he healthier for the rest of the season? Like, I'm not trying to put ourselves in the compromised situation that we've been in for the last couple years.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to need him to stay healthy and you're going to need him to be healthy down the stretch. And I don't really know if I'm going to put too much. Like, I think you need him out there, especially without Patrick Kane. And hopefully he can be back for, they said they're going to reevaluate him Saturday, I think. Is that the next game? Is the next game Saturday or when's their next game?
The
Tomorrow?
next game's Thursday, and then
Thursday.
no, tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow, and they play on Saturday
Okay.
at home.
So yeah, because Patrick Kane didn't go on the trip, so they're going to reevaluate him Saturday. But you kind of need Lucas Raymond out there because if anybody's going to maintain the puck in the zone and move around, it's going to be Patrick Kane, and it's going to be Lucas Raymond. I just think you got to do something to get that second line to break through. Like it's not like they haven't been playing well. It's not like they haven't had opportunities. Like DeBrincat had multiple opportunities. He's just been snake bitten and hasn't been able to go out there and put one in the back of the net. So you got to hopefully have someone on that line without Patrick Kane in there step up and make something happen. But as of right now, they're getting opportunities. They're getting to the net. Casper's playing really well. He had a couple of very nice passes to give very
Big hit
good
in the
looks
first
to this
period
team.
that got me out of my seat. I was like, oh yeah,
His hit, yeah.
Yeah. So that was great to see. Another thing that I hate that this is such a gripe show, but I mean that's just how it is. They didn't play well fundamentally, and ASP on the second goal of the game, he's got to look like he is in position. He has him perfectly defended and takes his eyes off him for 2 seconds. Guy blows right by him for a backdoor pass. That was great. Like everyone was in the right positioning, but that was the step that we were talking about that this team has taken in front of the net over these last couple of games is those pucks have been cleared. And in this case, they got to the net, easy tap in goal. Hopefully ASP sees that and knows that, you got to pick up sticks in front because it's such a big thing. Something I think he's going to grow on, but it's got to be pointed out because multiple times today we had guys in like Alex Tuck is a wannabe to Chuck.
Yeah.
Because the way that he plays, he sits in front of the net, he gets dirty, he gets gritty, he's great at getting tips, and he just stood there like a statue and really gave Gibson issues. We got a text from Easy, and Easy's a newer hockey fan midway through the game, and he was saying like, "Oh, is Gibson shit?" I don't quote me on that. I think that's what he said, but he was questioning John Gibson, and to that crowd. I mean, this game would have been 6-0 with 6 goals with Lyon in net. Like
it easily should have been. It easily should have been 2-0 in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Multiple backdoor passes that he was able to shut down. He was all over the crease, making save after save. He also they only had one PP goal on 4 attempts. I mean, we're continuing to play well on the PK, which is good, but that was mostly because of John Gibson. His lateral movement across crease is great. He looks like he has legs. Like he legitimately looks like he has legs. I hope this stays consistent because I was talking about with DMAC. DMAC, we were talking about, with the rotation and then them spots starting and letting Gibson like carry the main load and not burning out Talbot, like that's a recipe for success. And I mean, if DMAC's saying it, like I gotta believe it as well because I think that keeping both of them fresh and healthy is such a key for this team and their goaltending moving forward.
Yeah, and you have to I heard them talking about it on TNT, throughout the broadcast. It was like both of these guys are pretty streaky. Both of these guys are going to play very well for you in stretches and then just fall apart. So you need to kind of ride that wave from goalie to goalie, kind of ride that lightning from guy to guy, go with the hot hand, and hopefully you get the most out of them. But, Jason Pratt in there, he says, yep, I'm not worried. They had a bad game. They weren't going to go 81-1. Like, yeah, it's win streaks are snapped eventually. Obviously this was a winnable game though, you felt. Ben makes a good point. He says Cat's got to finish those opportunities, and he does. He's totally
Disgusting
snake bitten
pass
right
by
now.
Casper. Oh my God, that
Insane
was
pass. And he had multiple opportunities and multiple open nets, especially in the last 2 minutes there, and he fanned on him. And James Van Riemsdyk had a wide open net with a puck coming right towards him, and he just missed it. And that's just what happens sometimes. You didn't have the puck luck, and you gotta hope you can go into New York and the boards and the bounces will be a little more favorable to you, and you take care of business.
Yeah, and this I fins up for Finnie before we keep going. Fins up for Finnie.
Yeah, he took a lick. He took a lick there at the end, though.
But one thing that I'm really starting to love about Finnie's game is just his hockey IQ on defense. Like as a winger, you can tell that he used to play center. He's always in good positioning. He really helps on breakouts. He has great routes. I really love Finnie in all phases of the ice. I'm more and more confident with him every single game because he does something every single game that garners attention and positive feedback.
I agree. And he leads the team in hits, and he's going out there and he's playing aggressive and he's getting his nose in there. He's not afraid to take a couple big lumps from guys that are bigger than him, guys that are much older than him, that are much more physical and much more seasoned, obviously, in the National Hockey League. So he's done everything that you could ask for out of a forward. And again, Ronald Hunsucker in here, he says Casper was leading and so was Larkin, leading breaks and chances tonight. Puck did not go our way tonight. Finnie is on pace with Schaefer, who the Wings will see tomorrow. And I thought Marco Casper played an amazing game, and I thought Dylan Larkin was all over the place and he played well. He had kind of a lapse on one of those goals on the penalty kill, but I mean, you can't ask for a guy to be perfect. It was just. It sucks. And, kind of when you're going bad in a game like this, you're bad, the bad parts of your team stand out and the weak spots of your team stand out more. And you see, the away fans says Rasmussen is a straight up liability. Switch him out for Soda. When your team's struggling, when you're not having these breakaways, when you don't have the offensive control, guys that are kind of weak links on your team are going to get exposed. And we saw that with guys tonight like Rasmussen. And unfortunately, the Sabres got bounces there in the third period, and they took advantage of the opportunities given to them, and the Red Wings didn't.
No, and they didn't. And even at the end of the game as well. One more thing on the confer, a blind mouse, finds a piece of cheese every once in a while.
Yeah.
That was the most JT Confer-esque goal. Do not value that goal. Literally, pops right onto his stick. Oh my God, I have the puck.
Yeah, look what I found.
Oh yeah, and puts it in the net. I don't value that. If you do, good on you. My heart goes out to you. I don't value that. He continues to play bad. It's got to change. I cannot wait. Nate Danielson cannot come back into this lineup any quicker because I cannot handle more JT Copper. He did play well in the PK today.
Yeah, and DOA fan says their netminder played well. Got to give him that. Yeah, it was Ellis's first career start, and they kept making the he hasn't seen a shot in the first whatever. He isn't they're saying it's bad. I don't know if that's bad. It's worse for the Red Wings that we haven't put any pressure on him at all. And he made the he made the stops when he needed to. He made, like we mentioned, he made the stop on Casper on the breakaway. He made the stop on Larkin on the breakaway. He did a great job in the last, 4 minutes there when the Red Wings were putting a lot of pressure on him and getting pucks to the net to not panic and confidently, skate through or maneuver through a very crowded crease and to make stops when he had to. So he played well for his first start, and congratulations on him getting his first win. But
the Wings,
I don't know, man. I look at that. I look at that second line as that is the key for the Red Wings. Is that should be a point producing line. You should be getting a lot of goals off of that line, and unfortunately, they've been snake bitten, both Casper and DeBrincat. So I don't know if you switch something up and you put somebody else up there with them to try to get some more goals. Maybe you put Appleton on that line to get some more skating, and maybe you put some more pressure to allow them to get some goals. But maybe you put Soda on that line and you just have a big body in the middle of the ice and you let those guys just chuck pucks at him. So we'll see what happens in the next game. I would like to see MBN up there, but I feel like you got to do something to shake up that line a little bit to help somebody get a goal.
Yeah,
Without Kane, obviously, when Kane
yeah.
comes back, you keep that line how it is. But with Kane being out, maybe you switch that up a little bit to try to get somebody a goal.
Yeah, I just have a really struggle seeing anyone even remotely fitting there other than MBN because if you were taking away the goal scoring and physicality that MBN is bringing to that line, I want someone who's going to produce more as a playmaker, and I just don't know who that would be outside of Nate Danielson, but he's not even on the team. Like I just don't know where they should really go in a mix up. Appleton has cooled off. That's like since his outburst in the beginning of the season, didn't look great in the beginning. In the last 2 games, so I question his volatility on those lines. I mean JVR, he's slow.
He
I
is
don't
slow.
think he meshes with them.
Maybe you bring in
knowing
Mazer.
this coaching,
Maybe you give the call to Mazer and you bring him up and you put him out there tomorrow.
That wouldn't be a bad idea, especially with the point streak that he's on. He comes up, maybe he's feeling hot. He can put a little life on that line. This is funny. I gotta read this one. Brand new. Big Rasmussen should be on the first line in Toledo for the walleye. Shout out to Toledo walleye.
Shout out.
Move Appleton to the first and Raymond to the second. Absolutely not. Absolutely. I mean, I guess you could, but at the same time, like you're never touching that line now. That line
You're not moving anything about the first line.
You have figured it out. Like you've spent 3 years tinkering with it, trying to figure it out, and you finally did. And now there's no way that they're going to think about switching it. Kane is an integral piece to this team because the PP1 is missing a facilitator. MBN is doing the dirty work on the boards for the second line. Yes, he is, but I really don't think it was the PP loss. Like the PP,
I mean, you only had
it wasn't clicking before either. Like we have to remember that it still was not at like midseason up to par as we know that this like power play can be, top 5 in the NHL. I think just we haven't hit any. I hope that we're on a linear progression growth. Like I hope that this is a lump. We come out tomorrow, we really respond. Because if this team continues to respond time after time, that's another great sign for me that this like winning the.
You cut out. I didn't hear what you said at the end there, but yeah, you need the power play to pick up a little bit, and somebody, obviously Patrick Kane being back will help that. I don't think Jonathan Berggren being on that first power play unit is going to help it improve at all. So I really didn't understand that one. But like I said, I'm not going to put too much stock into this game. It was ugly. It was an ugly performance, and it was something that you got to see past. You got to go into New York, and you got to play better in pretty much every facet. And obviously, Patrick Kane not going to be in this game again tomorrow, and I think that was the biggest part of what hampered the Red Wings was they were not able to keep the puck in the offensive zone. They were not able to set up their offense, and it looked like Buffalo was just blitzing them, and they didn't have the ability to skate out of it. So you're going to need your guys, your puck movers, to step up more in this next game. When you look at Raymond and Larkin and Casper, those guys are going to have to do a lot of control and do a lot of protection of the puck. So I'm going to need these guys to step up tomorrow.
So the Oilers game is tomorrow at 7 p.m. The Red Wings are a slight underdog on the road against the Islanders. The Islanders have won their last 3 games against the Oilers, the Senators, and the Sharks, and they are going to be coming off a night off. So maybe just like it did for us, they'll come out a little slow. We'll be able to take advantage. I think that's going to be I'm a guess that's going to be Talbot. Who do you think is going to be in that?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Talbot.
Yeah, it's going to be Talbot. I think it's a 3rd straight game for Gibson, a back-to-back. Yeah, it should be Talbot.
Well, yeah, so I'm excited to see what Talbot can do tomorrow. He's been really good, especially last year when Lyon was actually playing well. That giving Talbot the rest was so beneficial, and I'm going to keep echoing that from the Hills because it deserves to be said. All right, Spenny, anything else? Closing thoughts? Not that exciting of a post-game show because they just didn't do anything that they've been doing positively over the last 5 games to go on that winning streak.
Yeah, no, it was just an ugly game. Like I said, the pucks weren't bouncing for you. You didn't get the whistle either. And when you're on the road, when you're looking to start fresh after having a couple days off, starting the game off with back-to-back penalty kills is not a recipe for success. And that really bogged them down from the first period on. And like I said, John Gibson did his best to keep this team in it until the third period. And then you saw a couple go in that maybe he should have gotten, or he was stopping in the first two periods, but eventually the levee is going to break, and it did in that third period, and you couldn't do it. But tomorrow's a new game. You got to go out there, play more physical, attack the puck, take advantage of your opportunities when they present themselves around the net, and get out of the road trip 1-1.
Yep, and the best skill is availability, and we will be available tomorrow night for you guys for another post-game show. Also, will definitely be longer because I have no time constraint. But thank you guys for tapping in so much. Woodward Wings post-games. We'll be back tomorrow. Go Red Wings. Let's get this dub. Beat the Islanders. Finnie, fins up better than Schaefer. Let's ride, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.